You'll have to forgive me just a little bit for the cringy thumbnail, but you know what? After making a couple hundred of them, running out of ideas and things to put on there, and considering we are taking a look at a Darkhawk deck today, felt just a little bit appropriate. Now you might be asking, Perry, what is this 70/100% win rate? Which is it? Well, I made the idiotic decision of playing a Darkhawk deck during the hot location that featured Olympia, which is the location where you draw 2 cards. So essentially every time that location popped up, I was losing 4 power on my Darkhawk. Definitely not my brightest idea, but during that time, I actually had a 70% win rate with 23 games played. And the games that I lost, it was just like they were close. Felt like it was a few points. RNG was kind of screwing me. The deck just felt better than those stats, in my opinion. So once the hot location went away, I sat back down with the deck and we went 8-0, didn't drop any matches. So that's why, you know, it's the 70/100s. But with all that aside, let's go ahead and jump in today's Darkhawk deck, which oddly enough, I think Darkhawk just might be the worst card in the list. So we'll try to get through the deck breakdown as quick as possible. It is a Darkhawk deck after all, and to no one's surprise, is running a Korg and a Rock Slide alongside that Darkhawk. Unfortunately, Darkhawk's just one of those cards where he's not good enough on his own. Anytime you put him in a deck, you got to have the supporting cast with him, so there's usually another 2 or 3 cards that you have to use. And like I said in the intro, Darkhawk's kind of the worst card here, which you'll see in the gameplay footage. It's more of a Negasonic highlight reel here, because so many times you are having to play that Darkhawk out on turn 5, and you throw him out there and you just know he's going to get shanked, he's going to get Enchantress, something bad is going to happen to your Darkhawk that he is not going to stick around to be able to see the end of the game. But you have to do that so many times because you need the priority for your Negasonic, or you're wanting to play 2 3-drops or 2 other cards. The only time you can play a Darkhawk on turn 6 is if you're really going to play him out alongside a Korg or a Kitty Pryde. So yeah, a lot of situations where you're playing the Darkhawk out on turn 5, and it just feels bad hanging him out there because you know your opponent is going to completely delete him. Now, besides the Darkhawk package with Korg and Rock Slide, we are running that little mid-range small points package with Athena, the Angela, and Kitty Pryde. We also have Kate Bishop here for a little bit of utility, whether it's a acid arrow, which I'm actually finding a lot of use with the grappling arrow a lot of times, able to move cards into locations or move them out of those locations. But you'll see that the few cards that are really different here are the Negasonic, the Killmonger, and the Copycat. So first up is that Copycat, whose value in the deck's kind of infinite here. I mean, if she doesn't hit anything good, at worst case, she is a 3/5, which is a better stat line than plenty of other 3-drops in the game. But when she hits something game-changing like, I don't know, your opponent's Dr. Doom or a Shang-Chi, yeah, her value goes through the roof here. Even if you don't play her out as a 3/5 Shang-Chi, just having that information of knowing your opponent can't Shang-Chi you, yeah, it's game-changing. You know that you can now put your Darkhawk out there safely and knowing that it's not going to get shanked. Just a lot of crazy game-changing effects that happen with Copycat that take the game from a fair match to something that is completely unfair and wins you that game. Next up, and the MVP for me, as you will see in the gameplay, is that Negasonic. Now, Negasonic for me is really kind of taking that place that Juggernaut was filling for a while, but there's so many decks now that are able to fill all locations. I wasn't getting as much value out of them as I once was. And not only that, Negasonic's not pushing those points or that power to a different lane. No, she's completely deleting it. And there's so many situations and locations in the game that you know your opponent's going to be forced into playing somewhere on a certain turn, like Avengers Compound on turn 5. You got priority, you know that you can play her out there and completely negate your opponent's turn 5. Or if you get something like a Mojo World, which is probably my favorite thing to do with her, you get priority going into turn 6 and you play the Negasonic out knowing they're going to end up being a card down, guaranteeing you the win. Just some really cool things that you can do at Negasonic. Now, I will say, with a list like this, it's definitely going to find more success in the hands of a skilled and experienced player because you are making a lot of decisions throughout the game. We are not an Arishem list. We're not a Loki list. We're having to play a fair match and be very thoughtful and mindful of the decisions we make. Decisions like, do I want to get a trigger on Athena this turn, or would I rather just play one card? Am I playing Killmonger this game? And if I am, what do I need to do to make sure they've got priority so I can hit those key cards? Or if I want to play a Negasonic, what do I need to do to guarantee that I'm going to have priority? And where do I need to put those cards on the turn prior to that? Just a lot of different decisions that you're going to be juggling. Even just where am I playing the Negasonic based on where do I think they're going to put their card and on what turn? Just a lot of different decisions going on that you need to kind of know the game pretty well and kind of know what your opponent is most likely going to do. Because if you can't do that, obviously you're not going to find as much success with a list like this that's really just kind of playing a fair game. But you've got a few of those key cards like the Copycat, the Negasonic, and the Killmonger to really push you over the edge against your opponent. And finally, we've got the Cassandra Nova here. Arishem is still the best deck in the game. Cassandra Nova is huge into that alongside that Darkhawk. It's very unlikely now that they're going to end up with a Shang-Chi and their Enchantress, or a Shang-Chi and a Shadow King. It does happen from time to time, but for the most part, they're not going to be able to deal with both of your big threats. Now, if they do Loki on turn 2, all bets are off. You're probably going to be clicking the retreat button because that's just insanely hard to deal with. But we are going to go ahead and jump into those gameplay highlights. Been really enjoying this list. I know at the end of the day, it's just a Darkhawk deck that's about 3 cards off from a typical standard list, but those 3 cards have made it exciting and competitive for me in my matchups. Obviously been performing pretty well for me, even got an infinity ticket with the deck, so I'll take that. So as always, gang, y'all be good, y'all be safe. I will catch you on the next one. Do me that favor, click the like button to help promote the channel and the video. If you're not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate you considering that. Would love to have you around, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, a 3/5 copycat that I can use to clog them. I'll take that. Got our Negasonic. Where are our 1 and 2 drops though? That is the question. Never mind. We just have a 3/5 copycat that does nothing. This is not good for us. It's getting worse for us. Where are our cards? Where are our cards? I mean, they sent us an acid arrow over here. Guess it doesn't really matter when you have New York. Next turn looking like Cassandra Nova into Kitty Pryde. Oh, this is probably an acid arrow. Oh no, they're just turning it off. Okay. So need to be a little careful here. I probably need to play Kitty Pryde over here. That way they can't fill me or anything. And they're just doing great, aren't they? I think we play the Negasonic here. That way, if they like leave, I got a feeling they're just gonna leave this open. Yeah, and that's what it did. So now they can't play anything right here.
Hey, I found a rook.
Ooh, we got a Shang-Chi play. See, Negasonic, I'm telling y'all. We go up by 1 if they don't have something sneaky. We go to 17. They're losing 4. We're gaining another 4. I think that's better than me like trying to Shang this. Personally. So they play anyways. Got him. Got him with the Negasonic.
Victory.
Take that all day. Yeah, I'm gonna snap on that. I got my Darkhawk in hand. I think we play Angela into Avengers Compound since we're gonna have to play here on turn 5. I don't care what they blow up of mine unless it's Cassandra Nova. I want Angela to get another trigger on turn 5. We might could play the Negasonic on turn 5 so that whatever they play gets just destroyed. That is their freaking Loki. Look at those numbers drop off of the Darkhawk. My God. This is really good, actually. We're gonna have a 8-power Doombot off to the side. All right, they're adding them rocks. Can't really afford to play the Killmonger, unfortunately. Now, I need to have priority going into... turn 5. So let's do this. I think we're going to keep it. We are going to keep it.
Clear for takeoff.
Now we could just do this. But if we do this, we like completely negate their next play. They'll probably play 2 cards. That's gone. They need 7 here, 6 here. I think we got this. What did we go to? Uh-oh. Oh, by 1.
Victory.
Oh. The rock. That rock they gave us coming in clutch. Had all the tools. They got my Shang-Chi. They got the Loki right off the bat. Had a Shadow King. All right, not a bad opener. Guess we got some wicking going on here. That's all right. So, someone explain to me again why I decided to play Darkhawk during the hot location of Olympia. Why do we do that? All right, so this is Wiccan. We do have an acid arrow. So I guess let's do this. Get a trigger. This has got to be Wiccan. It's got to be, yeah. What do we get? Cassandra Nova. Guess we can do this. We know this is gonna have to be a lane that's full. Holy moly. Kind of like it. Oh. 4-2, 3-2. This gives us priority. And we can kind of get them with the Negasonic to guarantee we win this. Oh, yeah. Negasonic's gonna take it home in Mojo World. We just do this. They'd have to put 6 here, 2 here, 2 cards here. Oh, it would have to be something crazy because they're losing a card. That would have done it. That would have done it, but we didn't play there. Goodbye to the copycat. I have been loving Negasonic so much. Absolutely loving this card.
Victory.
Yeah, I mean, we win regardless because we didn't play here and we had here, but still. Gotta love the Negasonic bringing it home right there. Casserole. No, we got their Kazar. So obviously we're playing against a Zoo deck. Killmonger would be great for us. I guess we're gonna go ahead and just get the early thing out. We could get a Korg next turn. It's a beautiful inked Kazar they got there, though. Kind of wish I would have played Thena in the middle. I think they'll have a lot easier time getting here than I will. Yeah, there we go. So Killmonger, pretty important here. Pretty important. Uh-oh. Let's do this and get a trigger. Oh, this might be Sandman Zoo. Oh, man. That's good. Are we able to ever fill everything? Next turn, it's just a solo. So I need to play Rock Slide like over in here. Now, if we get Sandman, we're kind of in trouble. Insult to injury. We're hoping they don't have Sandman, is essentially what this is coming down to. And it's Sandman. No, it's not. Okay. Great. This spreads it the most evenly. Part of me really wants to drop Negasonic. It's going to be a toss-up. Oh, they go right here, so we definitely... I think we definitely got them. These are Ultron bots.
There's no strings on
They're adding 8.
Victory.
Oh, man. It's beautiful Ultron, though. All right, we're playing against a Destroy player. Took their Hulk Icebox. I mean, really. What is going on? What is going on?
Parker!
Okay. I mean, we could technically make a big Cassandra Nova. Go here. We play the Copycat next turn. Is this a Phoenix Force? Like some sort of Phoenix Force deck? What is this? Oh my gosh. What is going on here? What is going on? Yeah, that's a little what I'm afraid of. I wonder why they played it here. I guess they have no option because of Strange Academy. Maybe they're gonna Venom. They're not gonna Arnim Zola. They're gonna Venom. And I'm gonna blow it up. I'm gonna blow it up. Yep, you're not gonna Arnim Zola that Venom. Sorry. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna win. Because all they gotta do is eat this, or they can Arnim here. And it's going to do 12, 14. This is essentially the same thing. I think they're going to Arnim here to put 2. We lose here. Puts 2 here. Right? They... Uh-oh. Did we still get there? How?
Hey man, I'm cool.
The Negasonic play.
Victory.
Because they had Arnim Zola in hand. I know what they were thinking. They still, that was nuts. Between, I mean, Venom, Arnim Zola, they had freaking Grandmaster. Good grief. Eternal Arc. You always love to see it.
Hey, I found a rook.
What do we get? Black Swan. They, I think they're gonna miss that. Now, I would love to, like, Negasonic. Oh, no. What do we got going on here? Any chance I get priority? Yeah, I'll snap that. They're not playing it here. They're not playing it here. I've got priority, so they're gonna play it here and it's gonna get blown up.
Victory.
Well, that was a pretty quick retreat. Did I not just play Cinder Puff? Does anyone love the Adeline location? I mean, I guess other than a person that plays Loki on 3. Well, okay.
Oh, snap.
We're gonna dump everything except Cassandra Nova next turn. Got the acid arrow, that's great. Trigger on Thena, that's great. We're not getting a trigger on Thena next turn, that's for sure. Sure. Man, they must have Shang-Chi in hand, but I mean, you might lose it. What a turn 3 play. Now, maybe the Kitty Pride was greedy. I would have had 2 things to bounce. Ooh. I like that. Maybe they shang me right off the bat, you know. Nope. All right, so I don't think there's any world where we don't have priority on the final turn. Okay. We definitely play Copycat here. That's no surprise. Would like to have... We got to do it like this. I don't want to get full anywhere. Unfortunately... Actually, I think I'm going to have to play the Negasonic this turn. Because I wanted to have this for the following turn. Yeah, you can keep that acid arrow. They play a Shang-Chi right here. I mean, I guess they'd have to lead with it. I think this splits us up pretty good. They could do a bunch of crap. They can play a lot of cards and then just Shang me here. So I don't think it's worth putting another card in here. Because if they Shang on the final turn, they just bounce back over here. So what's going on here? Dang, they almost lost all 3 lanes.